For Unit 6 assignments, I decided to do my learning centers based off of interest. I would do the learning centers in my Spanish 1 classroom. Each year, we have a cultural unit in class. The cultural unit covers music, food, famous people, and Spanish-speaking countries. So for my learning centers, students would be able to choose one of the 3 centers based on what they were interested in. One center would be about foods from different countries. Another would be music, so they could research different types of music that come from Spanish-speaking countries. And the last one would be famous people. Students would research different people that came from different countries. This could include artists, painters, activists, and so on. So again, the students would choose one of the 3 centers based on what interested them most. For the assignment, each student will have the same assignment no matter which center they are at. Their assignment will be to create a digital poster. They could choose between either Google Slides and Google Doc to create this assignment. Some of the requirements would be that they needed to have a photo of the food, item, music, or person. They would also have a photo of the flag of that person or item, so where it originated from. The student would then have to include 7 to 10 sentences about the topic in English. So for example, if they chose the food topic, they would need to list the dish, where it came from, some of the ingredients included in it, and maybe why it has that certain name. If someone was choosing music, they could then tell the type of music that they chose, whether it is bachata, merengue, salsa. They can choose the different type of music, and then they would have to tell me where that music originated from, maybe what dances are associated with that music, and possibly any famous artists who went along with that music as well. So when they are doing the assignments, some assistive technologies that I researched that students would be able to use is WordQ5 and Kidspiration. So again, students could use either of these or both at any different center. So, some benefits of WordQ5. WordQ5 has a floating toolbar for students. So this toolbar, they can move it anywhere around their screen, and it has different shortcuts to whether they want the word prediction, some speech feedback, or even speech recognition. This makes it easy for students so that they have all of the buttons accessible to them at any time. Some other benefits of this is the proofreading. So it will go through as they are typing and it will correct any errors. So it doesn't automatically correct it. What it does is it shows the word that they think it should be next to it. So this way students can see the mistake that they have made and they can decide if that's the word that they wanted to use or not. Another great part of this is the word prediction. So in the photo below, you can see that the student is typing out a sentence. This will then give them 4 to 5 words that they think might come next. So this can help a student if they are stuck and they need a term to help them describe something, things like that. The only downfall to WordQ5 is the fact that it can only be used on a desktop or a laptop. As of now, you cannot use WordQ5 on a tablet. So again, this would need to be either a desktop or a laptop. But WordQ5 has many amazing features to it that would help a student if they are struggling writing something out. Another awesome technology we have is Kidspiration. So Kidspiration is a tool that students would use that would help them organize their thoughts. So what's nice about this is that they can organize it visually, and then when they click on it, it can also give them a writing view. So this helps students to decide what they need to include in a project and kind of give them an outline so that they can see what they have done and what they may need to do. So depending on your project, I always suggest using a graphic organizer if you can. And I like this one because it combines the visual display with the writing as well for students. Both of these programs, WordQ5 and Kidspiration, is something that a district would need to purchase. They do have some free trials, but unfortunately those are only 30 days. Therefore, students would need them longer than that. Districts would need to purchase these. So, my rationale for using these. So number one, interest centers. When I've had students in my classroom, I notice that when a student has the option to choose, they are a lot more invested in the project. So this intrinsic motivation helps them. Typically, I have seen that students will put more effort into something that they want to do and that they chose rather than something that's assigned to them, which is why these centers, students can kind of choose which topic they want to focus on in the Spanish culture. As far as the assistive technologies, I like Kidspiration because it's an organization tool and outlining. A lot of times when students are starting a project, they kind of don't know where to begin. Therefore, using this tool provides them that visual and written explanation of what they need to have, and it helps them create that outline for their final project. I like WordQ5 because it helps with grammar correction. Again, a lot of students I have seen have a difficult time coming up with sentences and various words and not repeating the same word over and over again. So this helps them create those sentences. It also finds the errors. It doesn't automatically replace the errors. It shows them what it may need to be, so it's a learning experience for them. They can see what they have typed, and then they can see what it may be. And the word prediction, again, helps with eliminating repeated words. So really quickly, some prerequisites for teachers. We need to know the basics on how to operate the system that we have depending on our school. We also need training on the item, so we need to know how to work Kidspiration, and we definitely need a lot of training on WordQ5 as well. So this would be a learning curve. It would take teachers a little bit of time to know all the different things that they offer and how to utilize them. So I would think that both of these are intermediate technology skills, so it is not something that comes easily. For students, they also need their basics on how to utilize a computer, so just typing, getting on the internet, being able to use Google Drive as well. As far as creating the actual project, they do need to know about grammar, so forming paragraphs, sentence creation, things like that. They would also need to have used both Kidspiration and WordQ5 previously so that they know how to utilize those and navigate through those different systems. I would suggest doing this just on its own before adding it into a project. Overall, I think this is beneficial for all students. It can help everyone, but especially those with difficulties as far as writing, and it helps them organize and aid in the writing process. My resources are the WordQ5 website and then another website that told me about Kidspiration.